Pradaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami
Vishnupadaya Krishna Prishtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhakti Vedanta Swami Iti Namine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gauravani Prachayine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine
Namaste Saraswati Deve Gaurani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Srivasadi Gaura Bhakta-vrinda
Shri Krishna Chaitanya Ki
Jai.
He's my friend Yoga. He's coming from Connecticut.
Hare Krishna. Hare Krishna. Where did you come get from?
Manchester.
Manchester. You go there to the Hartford temple?
Yeah, we
went once actually.
Yeah.
We went on the New Year, this New Year.
How long are you living in Connecticut?
1 year.
Very nice. What's your name?
Yoga Lakshmi Darasan.
Yoga Lakshmi Narasimha. Very nice. Thank you for coming. अज्ञानतिमिरन्दस्य ज्ञानाञ्जनशलाकया चक्षुरुन्मिलितं येन तस्मै श्रीगुरवे नमः। श्रीचैतन्यमनोभीष्टं स्थापितं येन भूतले स्वयं रूपा कदा मह्यं ददाति स्वापदान्तिकं। वन्देऽहं श्रीगुरो श्रीयुतापदकमलं श्रीगुरून् वैष्णवांश्च श्रीरूपं साग्रजातां सहगना रघुनाथान्वितं तं सजीवं साद्वैतं सावधूतं परिजनसहितं कृष्णचैतन्यदेवं श्रीराधा कृष्णपादान् सहगना ललिता श्रीविशाखान्वितांश्च हे कृष्णकरुणा सिन्धो दीनबन्धो जगत्पते गोपेशा गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। तप्तकाञ्चना गौराङ्गी राधे वृन्दावनेश्वरी वृषभानुसुते देवी प्रणमामि हरिप्रिये। वाञ्छाकल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि भक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। हरे कृष्णा 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 हरे 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 राम 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 हरे हरे। First of all, thank you very much for again taking out your time and coming. So, yesterday we were discussing about the significance of Krishna consciousness, practicing Krishna consciousness. Actually, in Srimad Bhagavatam, in the first canto of Srimad Bhagavatam, there is a beautiful incidents from Mahabharata described there. We know after the battle of Kurukshetra is almost getting over, And the Duryodhana is almost dead, laying on the battle of Kurukshetra, injured with his broken leg. With his leg broken. At that time, the son of Dronacharya, named Ashwathama, he became very angry and outraged with Pandavas. And he went to the camp of Pandavas and killed the 5 sons of Draupadi in the sleeping state, thinking them to be Pandavas. And Draupadi was very much aggrieved. Her sons were killed unjust way. While sleeping, according to the law of the battle, in those days, you would never kill a sleeping person. Of course, nowadays, the battle strategies are only when people are sleeping, just go and drop the bomb on top of them. But that was not the real Kshatriya code of conduct. A Kshatriya would actually go and challenge a warrior on face. That is the Kshatriya spirit. Before starting the battle, they would warn the person, okay, I'm starting the battle. They would even blow the conch shells. That's what you hear in Bhagavad Gita, in the very first chapter. Before the battle of Kurukshetra is starting, Krishna is blowing his conch shell, Arjuna is blowing his conch shell, on the other side Bhishma is blowing his conch shell, Duryodhana and all other warriors, they are blowing their conch shells. Conch shell blowing means warning. Like when we do Aarti, that time also we blow conch shell, right? We are warning everyone, hey, the Aarti of the Lord is starting, please come and participate. Similarly, before the battle also, they used to blow the conch shells, bugles and drums, kettle drums, warning everyone, now the battle is starting, get ready. Not in the sleeping state, just go and kill the person. So Ashwathama, he committed a very heinous act of killing the 5 sons of Draupadi. And Draupadi was very aggrieved. Just imagine. Draupadi was a very cultured and civilized lady. Unlike today's ladies, who kill the children within their wombs. But in those days, the ladies, especially in modern culture, modern civilization, people are trained to be ruthless, uncultured, undecent, uncivilized. The woman doesn't even have the sensibility that I have a living person within my womb who is utterly helpless and dependent on me. And they conveniently go and kill the child. And our leadership sanctions such killing. Practically every nation, the leaders of every nation, they sanction the killing of the child in the womb, which is a very heinous act. So Draupadi, she was very much aggrieved at the death of her children. And Arjuna, who was a great warrior and as a just king, a king who's fond of doing proper justice, he promised Draupadi, because your sons were killed in a sleeping state, if they would have died in the battlefield, Arjuna would not be so angry. He would be sad, he would be morose, but he would not be angry in that way. Like Abhimanyu, he was killed in an unjust way. If he would have died as a warrior fighting with one soldier or one warrior, Arjuna would not have been so angry. But he became outraged when he heard that 7 warriors together in an unjust way killed my son, making him completely helpless. So similarly, Arjuna became very angry, as a just king. He became angry and he promised Draupadi that today before evening, before sunset, I will bring the head of the killer of your sons. You can stand on his head, his chopped off head, and take bath. Because when somebody dies in the family, you take bath. He said, you can take the bath standing on his chopped off head. So saying this, Arjun, he told Krishna that please mount my chariot. And they started chasing Ashwatthama. And Ashwatthama realized, Krishna and Arjun, they are chasing me. And he realized that actually the 5 children who killed, they were not actually Pandavas, they were sons of Pandavas. And he knew that if Arjun is chasing me, he has no scope. He cannot fight with Arjun. Arjun was the unparalleled hero of Battle of Kurukshetra, who had killed practically all the big warriors on the army of Duryodhana. So Ashwatthama knew that he was no match for Arjun. He started running away. So when he was running, Krishna also mounted the chariot and Arjun was sitting behind and started chasing Ashwatthama. And Ashwatthama was, being chased by Krishna and Arjun. And finally his horses became so tired that he couldn't do anything. So he had to, stop the chariot and get down, and he somehow in great, fear and anger on Arjun, that he had to run from Arjun. He was angry also. And he was also very much afraid that Arjun is going to kill me. He released Brahmastra. Now this is very significant incident. Ashwatthama is releasing Brahmastra. And that time Arjun, he saw this Brahmastra approaching him. And the Brahmastra was so effulgent, like a missile, huge missile just approaching Arjun. Srila Prabhupada explains, Brahmastra is like modern day atomic bomb, but it's much more precise and much more subtle than the atomic bombs. If you want to kill one person, you don't use atomic bomb. But if you want to kill a powerful person, just one person you want to kill, you can release Brahmastra and it will kill only that person, unharming anyone else around. If you want to just kill one person with Brahmastra, you can achieve that purpose so precisely. Not only that, if you want to kill a child in the womb, you can release Brahmastra. It will completely unharm the mother and kill the child alone. So precise. Actually, that's what Ashwatthama did later on. So, Ashwatthama, he released Brahmastra. And when Arjun saw the Brahmastra coming towards him, it's a brilliantly shining missile coming towards him. He became confused. What is this? What kind of weapon is this? It's not that he was not aware of Brahmastra. He was fully aware. But he became confused for a moment. He turned to Krishna. Krishna, what is this? And Krishna told him, this is Brahmastra. And just imagine, Ashwatthama has already released this arrow. An arrow travels at a very rapid space. Speed, very rapid speed. In the meantime, Arjuna is talking to Krishna. Krishna, what is this? Krishna said, this is Brahmastra. Use your Brahmastra to counteract it. So, immediately Arjuna could have used Brahmastra, right? But Bhagavatam describes that Arjuna, he purified himself first by taking the water in the hand, purifying, it's called Achman. He did the purification of his hand and then circumambulated Krishna 3 times. And then invoked Brahmastra. Now just imagine, it was the urgent situation. Brahmastra is coming to kill him. Right? And yet, he took the time to purify himself by taking Achman, and also by circumambulating Krishna, by worshipping Krishna in that way. And then he released Brahmastra to counteract the coming Brahmastra on him. He had an urgent situation, but yet Krishna was on the priority. Worship of Krishna was on the priority for him. So just imagine, nowadays, people have so many excuses. Oh, I don't have time, I have to take care of my job, I have to take care of my wife or children or household duties. I have to do this, I have to do that. I don't have time to chant Hare Krishna, We have urgency. But none of us, we have such urgency as Arjuna had, Brahmastra is approaching him, If he is delayed even for a moment, it can kill him. He could lose his life. And yet, he kept Krishna on the priority. This is what Krishna consciousness means. Prabhupada made this society, International Society for Krishna Consciousness. So it's a society to help us to become Krishna conscious. And this is what Krishna consciousness means. No matter what happens in our life, Krishna is our first priority in life. Worshipping Krishna is our first priority in life. Everything else is secondary. Everything else. So this is what Arjuna is teaching from that particular example. And then of course he released Brahmastra, which counteracted the other Brahmastra from Ashwatthama. And Arjuna knew the art of withdrawing both the Brahmastras. He could stop the other Brahmastra through his Brahmastra and then withdraw both of them, instead of both negating each other and producing immense heat and fire to destroy the whole world. He just withdrew both the Brahmastras. And then of course he arrested Ashwatthama. But Ashwatthama in the meantime also released Brahmastra to kill the only child in the Pandavas' family. That was Parikshit Maharaj, who was that time in the womb of his mother, yet unborn child. So, as soon as this Brahmastra came to Uttara, she ran to Krishna. Krishna, Krishna, please save my child. And Srila Prabhupada actually explains, this is what actually mother means. Uttara, she even requested Krishna, Krishna, if you want, let this Brahmastra kill me, but please protect my child. This is what mother is. She is willing to sacrifice her own life to protect the life of child. Not like modern times, where to just avoid little inconvenience. The men and women, they are willing to kill the child in the womb. It's a very barbarian civilization. Mothers are killing the children in the womb, and the children are killing the mothers in the form of cow. Cows are our mother according to Vedic culture, right? So, what we see, when the cow is giving no more milk, send the cow to slaughterhouse. This is what this modern civilization is. Not only in America, but even in India. India has more than 40,000 slaughterhouses, big slaughterhouses, organized slaughterhouses to kill the cows. Just imagine such a heinous situation. Because the cow is giving no more milk, whole life you drink the milk from her, now she is not able to give milk, send her to slaughterhouse, kill her and eat her. This is a civilization. Is this a civilization? This is barbarian, civilization. It's not any civilized human being would do that. Only barbarian people would do that. Kill the mother. Just because your mother grows old, she is of no use, you cut her throat and eat it? That's what they do. They're killing the cows and eating her. The children are killing the mothers and mothers are killing the children. This is the civilization we are living in. highly uncultured, uncivilized people. And this goes in the name of advanced nations. People in India think, oh, we are advancing in science and technology by imitating American culture or Western culture. We shall also kill the cows. We shall also have the abortion sanctioned. Have liberty, so-called liberty, to kill each other, and expect to be happy. So, Krishna, he of course entered into the womb of Uttara and revived the child and negated the Brahmastra. And the child was protected. And Arjun, he arrested Ashwatthama. And he didn't kill him yet, because he wanted to bring him to Draupadi. Because Ashwatthama is a son of Brahmana. And according to the Vedic text, according to Manu Samhita, especially a Brahmana, a woman, and a child, they should never be given death punishment. They should never be killed. Even if the woman behaves in a very bad manner, or even if she, does something which is very highly punishable, she should not be given death punishment. Similarly, a child, if he does something nefarious, he is not to be given severe punishment. Death is a severe punishment. And similarly, a Brahmana should not be given severe punishment of death. And Arjun knew that culture. And therefore, he did not kill him. He was prepared to kill him. He had taken the vow that he will kill Ashwatthama. But he wanted to bring him in front of Draupadi. So he brought him in front of Draupadi. Draupadi, you decide. What do you want to do with this person? And Draupadi, she as a soft lady, soft-hearted lady, she's thinking, I have my 5 sons being killed. So I know what is the pain of a son dying. And our Guru Mata, Kripi was the wife of Dronacharya. She was sister of Kripacharya. So Kripacharya and Dronacharya, they were related to each other as brother-in-laws. So she's thinking that my husbands, all the 5 husbands, Yudhishthira, Bhim, Arjun, Nakul, and Sahdev, they were trained by Dronacharya. So he's their guru, and his wife is naturally Guru Mata for 5 Pandavas, and therefore she is also Guru Mata for Draupadi. So she's thinking, our Guru Mata, why should she experience the same pain which I am experiencing? My son is killed. All the 5 sons are killed, and it's very painful. Why my Guru Mata should have experienced same pain of her son being dying? See, this is the nature. This is the nature of a person who is actually cultured and civilized. From his own pain, he can actually imagine or experience others' pain. One of the definition of a devotee is paradukha dukhi. Paradukha dukhi means a devotee, he doesn't have any dukkha, he doesn't have any unhappiness in his life. But when he sees others unhappy, he becomes unhappy. Others' dukkha, others' miseries becomes misery for a devotee. Of course, in present civilization we are taught to be happy by seeing others unhappy. Para dukkha sukhi. They even advertise that way, right? Neighbors envy, owner's pride. If your neighbor is unhappy, you should be happy. On that you should be happy. That should be the cause of your happiness. Like there is a nice anecdote in the scriptures. There were 2 devotees of Lord Shiva. So they were both worshipping Shiva, and one day Lord Shiva appeared in front of one. So he said, my dear devotee, what do you want? He said, Shivji, I want this benediction, that whatever I want, I should get it. Whatever I desire, it should be available to me immediately. He said, all right, tathastu. So, he went to the second one. Second devotee also. And, Lord Shiva said, what do you want? He said, tell me what my neighbor asked about. So Lord Shiva said, what is your business? You ask whatever you want. No, what did he ask? He said, whatever he desires, he should get it. So he said, okay, I want this benediction. Whatever he gets, I should have double of that. Okay, tathastu. It's not so bad. All right. So the first fellow, he's thinking, oh, let me have a nice palatial bungalow, a nice home. And he has a palatial building, as his home. And next day, he opens the door, he sees there are 2 palatial homes in front of him. His neighbor has 2 palatial homes. Oh, how this is possible? Anyway, he said, I want to have this particular vehicle or car, Let me have a Mercedes Benz. And he sees 2 Benz in the neighbor's house. What is this happening, How this is possible? So he becomes restless. Lord Shiva, what is happening? Lord Shiva appears and says, what happened? He said, what is happening? What did my neighbor fellow ask you? He asked me, whatever you get, you should get double of it. Oh, this is what he asked. All right, no problem. He said, now I know what to do. So he said, let my one eye go blind. The other fellow goes completely blind. He loses both the eyes. He said, let me lose one of my hand. The other fellow loses both the hands. So this is the nature, para dukkha sukhi. And this is actually demoniac nature, where people derive happiness by seeing others unhappy. But Draupadi was thinking, if my Guru Mata has to experience the same pain, I don't want that. This is Vaishnava behavior. This is how a devotee of Krishna, he experiences the pain by seeing others in pain. So she said, I don't want. He told Arjuna and Krishna that I don't want our Guru Mata to experience the same pain. Then Krishna looked at Arjuna, what are you going to do? You promised, right? That you're going to kill him. And she doesn't want you to kill him. You have to pacify her and you have to fulfill your promise as well. And Bhima was angry, he said, kill him. Though he's a Brahmana, but he has transgressed the rules of Brahmana. He's a low class person. He's just a Dvija Bandhu. Dvija Bandhu means a relative of Brahmana. He's not Brahmana, he's just related to his, Brahmana family. Dvija Bandhu means a person who's though born in twice born family, but doesn't have qualification of a Brahmana or twice born. Say for example, if somebody is born in the Brahmana family, and he says, oh, I am also Brahmana. Why? Because I have this thread. I am Brahmana. And you see he is driving taxi or eating all kinds of nonsense food, yet I am Brahmana. His behavior is lower than a Chandala, or a low class person who eats meat and all kinds of nonsense. He's behaving lower than that person and he still is a Brahmana. So that kind of Brahmana is not accepted. He's called Dvija Bandhu. He's a relative of Brahmana. He's not a Brahmana. So Bhima said he's just a Dvija Bandhu. He's a low class person. He has acted so heinously. He should be killed. And Krishna is looking at Arjuna, what are you going to do now? Bhima wants you to kill him. You have taken vow to kill him. And Draupadi doesn't want him to be killed. So, Arjuna understood what Krishna wants. So, religious principle is you don't kill a Brahmana. So, he followed that. But, insulting a respected person is worse than death. So he cut off the hairs of Ashwatthama and took out his jewel. He had a jewel on his forehead, which was a benediction to him. He was born with that jewel. Along with the jewel he was born. So Arjuna took out that jewel and insulted him. And in this way, that was worse than death for Ashwatthama, and he was left alive. So in this way, Draupadi was pacified, and Arjuna also fulfilled his promise of killing Ashwatthama. But nevertheless, from this particular incident, we understand one lesson, that no matter what, if we somehow there keep Krishna in the center of our life, whatever difficulties, whatever dilemmas we face in our life, we emerge out of them in a very dignified way. Draupadi had so much pain. Her 5 sons were killed. It's very difficult to tolerate that pain, right? That pain can make a person mad. Oh, kill this person, he has killed my sons. Just destroy him, right? But she came out of that pain because she was a devotee and she could understand others' pains, and therefore she did not punish Ashwatthama to be killed. She left him with his life. In fact, it was only because of Draupadi that Ashwatthama was left alive, though he killed 5 sons of Draupadi. Similarly, because Arjuna was a great devotee of Krishna, Krishna gave him intelligence that he could fulfill his promise of killing Ashwatthama and yet leave him alive. Following the injunction of scriptures, satisfying Draupadi, and also fulfilling his promise, which appeared to be completely impossible task, right? If you try to see from material point of view, it looks like impossible task, right? It's impossible to do it. Just like somebody had sent me a nice anecdote, that there is a villager in a village and he has taken a loan from some rich man who was actually old and ugly looking person, grown old and ugly looking. So this person, he had taken loan from him, not able to pay loan. So this old ugly looking rich man, he comes to him, you have to pay me my money. He said, I don't have money. Then you give me your daughter in marriage. He has a young and beautiful daughter. So he says, you have to give me your daughter in marriage. No, I can't give you. So rich man says, okay, all right. We do a deal. I'll bring this bag, a small bag. It will have just 2 stones, a black and 1 white marble stone. So if your daughter takes out a black stone, she has to marry me. If she takes out the white stone, I will release you from all the debts and you don't have to marry your daughter to me. You'll be forgiven. So it's like a gambling match, right? So he brings a bag. So this poor man, he knows that this person, he's a rascal, he's a cheat. He doesn't have any white stone inside. He has both the black stones only. So what to do now? It's a challenging situation, right? If he tells him, no, you are a cheat, he says, okay, forget it. You have to pay me the loan. So what to do in such a situation? It seems to be an impossible situation. If he fights with him, quarrels with him, he's in trouble. And if the daughter, she's asked to pick up the stone, she will take out only black stone. So what to do? It's an impossible situation, right? What you will suggest such a person to do? So the girl was very smart. What she did, she put the hand inside, and while taking out the stone, she put the hand like in this way and fumbled as if the stone fell from her. She said, I'm sorry, and the stone got mixed to the ground. Oh, I don't know which stone I picked up, I'm so clumsy and so foolish. But look inside, whatever other stone is left, that will prove that what stone I took out. So inside there's only a black stone, that means I took out white stone. So most challenging situation became advantage, right? And this happens with devotees, especially a person who is devoted to Krishna. For him, every challenging situation becomes an advantage. And that you can see in the lives of devotees. If you see the lives of Pandavas, every challenge they took in life, every challenge they experienced, actually became a wonderful lesson for the whole world and glorified Pandavas so much. We know so many incidences, right, from Mahabharata. Arjun, he took the vow to kill Jayadratha. By the next day, when Abhimanyu was killed, he took a vow. Next day, Jayadratha will not see the sunset. Before sunset, I will kill him. Otherwise, I will kill myself by entering into fire. So, the Kuru armies, they were so wrapped in attention that they had to protect Jayadratha. In fact, their whole army was surrounding, entire army was surrounding Jayadratha. That means if Arjuna has to reach Jayadratha, he has to wipe out the whole army of Kauravas. In just one day, he has to kill everyone, then only he can reach Jayadratha. Which was not possible, And another thing was, Jayadratha had a benediction. If anyone kills him and makes his head fall to the ground, anyone who becomes the cause of the head of Jayadratha falling to the ground, anyone who becomes responsible for that, that person, as soon as the head of the Jayadratha touches the ground, that person will also die. It's an impossible situation, right? If Arjun kills Jayadratha, he's killed. He has to be finished. And if he doesn't kill him, he has taken vow that he will kill himself by entering in fire. It's an impossible situation, right? Jayadratha was given this benediction by his father. Once he approached his father, who was a saintly king, who had retired to the forest and become a saint. So he told, my father, can you give me benediction? What Maharaj Shantanu gave the benediction to his son Bhishma, that he can die at his will. His father said, I'm not Shantanu, I'm not exalted as Shantanu. I can't give you that benediction. Neither are you exalted as Bhishma. So that's not possible to have such benediction. But I can give you another benediction. Anyone who makes your head fall to the ground, that person will die immediately. So Arjuna was not knowing this benediction. Krishna knew this. So Krishna told Arjuna, this is the benediction. What are you going to do now? Right? Practically impossible situation. But Krishna told Arjuna, just when you kill Jayadratha, make sure that when you chop off his head with the arrow should take the head of Jayadratha, not to the ground, but nearby forest. His father is sitting in the forest and doing meditation. The head should go and fall in his lap. So first of all, it was such a great challenge for Arjuna to reach even to Jayadratha. And Krishna realized it's not going to be possible. So as Yogeshwar, as the Lord of mystic powers, Krishna, he actually hid the sun just before sunset, just few moments before sunset, he hid the sun with the clouds. And everybody thought the sun is set. And Jayadratha came forward, Arjun, you are finished. You have to kill yourself now. I am alive, sun is already set. In that very moment, the clouds dispersed and sun was again visible. So, being inspired by Krishna, Arjuna immediately took the arrow and shot. The arrow took the head of Jayadratha, from his body, separating from his body, took the head to the lap of his father. And his father was sitting in forest and meditation. All of a sudden he sees the head in his lap. He becomes very much afraid and throws the head to the ground and immediately died. By his own benedictions, he was killed. So, somebody may think, oh, this is an impossible situation. But by Krishna's grace, that impossible situation became a great benediction. Therefore, Chaitanya Charitamrita says, Yei Krishna bhaje sei bada chatur. Anyone who worships Krishna, he is very chatur, he is very intelligent. Don't think if anybody is worshipping Krishna, he is a fool. No. The very fact he is chanting Hare Krishna, he is very intelligent. Foolish people will never chant Hare Krishna. No, for sure. No matter what you tell them. You give them references from scriptures, from Bhagavad Gita or other scriptures, they will never chant Hare Krishna. Anyone who is chanting Hare Krishna, he is surely very intelligent. That's why he is taken to worship of Krishna. Because Krishna is the source of all intelligence. So anyone who worships Krishna is bound to be intelligent. So, if somehow that we take to Krishna consciousness, if somehow that we worship Krishna, we can actually become very intelligent. Otherwise, even the so-called intelligence that we possess is all useless. Because by the dint of intelligence, people possess so many things in this world. They get wealth, they get fame, they may acquire a lot of assets for enjoyment, but everything is taken away at the time of death, right? Whatever you accumulate is taken away from us. As we discussed yesterday, Krishna says, Mrityu sarvaharashchaham. Death takes away everything from us. Krishna comes in the form of death and takes away everything from us. So what is the use of your intelligence, that you use your intelligence to accumulate the things which will be taken away from you at the time of death? Right? What is the use of such intelligence? It's just like, somebody says, oh, I'm very intelligent, I know how to invest my money. And you tell him, okay, here is this company, this company's debentures or shares are $100 per unit. You buy today, and I guarantee you tomorrow, every debenture is going to become 10 cents worth. Invest all your money in this. How many people would do that? Intelligent people would do that. Do you think anyone will do that? And if somebody does that, you tell him, I guarantee you tomorrow this per unit cost is going to be just 10 cents. Today is $100. Put all your money in this. Who's going to do it? Only a fool, right? But if you see, that's what everyone in this world is doing. That's what everyone in this world is doing. I remember a nice story which I heard long ago. Perhaps in childhood days, we heard this small anecdote that there was a king. And this king, he was approached by some saintly person. So the saintly person comes and the saintly person comes and tells the king, my dear king, this life is so temporary. Try to understand the goal of life. Try to understand Bhagavad Gita. Practice the message of Bhagavad Gita. King said, not now, when I grow old. That's what people say, right? Bhagavad Gita, old age, not now. Now work hard, get money. This is the life. This is the time you can become successful in life. Bhagavad Gita, you can read in old age. But actually, Srila Prabhupada explains that old age is, who's actually old? Old means closer to death. And we discussed yesterday, death, we don't have any certainty. We can die any moment. You don't know. What's happening even within my body. Yesterday we were discussing about, driving. Forget about driving on interstate. You don't even know what's happening right now in my body. What kind of diseases are developing, right? I remember last year, when we were in India, one of my wife's cousin brother, relative, cousin brother, and he's very rich businessman, and there was a income tax raid in his home, and they found almost 2 crore Indian rupees in cash in his home. So they arrested him immediately. Where did you get this money from? He said, oh, this is just for, he's a custom clearance officer, they have the business of custom clearance. So he said this is for bribing the officers, because they were torturing him a lot to know what is the cause. So he told, real reason. Oh, this is for bribing the custom clearance officers. So they say, oh, they got a good case on even custom clearance officers, So somehow the custom clearance officer, they got to know, oh, he has agreed, he has actually told everything. They say, no, just change your statement, we will save you, So he changed the statement. No, it's not actually. Once he got the bail, he changed the statement. So they were coming to again arrest him. So he went to hospital on the pretext of, that I'm sick. So they can't arrest him. He got admitted in the hospital. So the doctor, they just took a lot of money and say, oh, okay, we'll declare that you are sick. So he was laying just in the hospital. So he thought, okay, I'm lying in the hospital. He just, maybe less than 40, in 30s, late 30s. So I'm in the hospital, let me do the checkup. So he went to the hospital, he said, do complete checkup on me. And they did the checkup. And he had 98% blockage on his arteries. And he could have got heart attack any moment and finished. So they immediately took him on urgency basis and actually did operation surgery on him. So he was praying, oh, this raid was a great benediction for me, at least my life is saved, So we don't even know what's happening within our body, right? Any time, any disease can come up and, you can die. But people don't realize, no, I will live 100 years, So when I grow old, that time I'll think of Bhagavad Gita. So saintly person understood this king is foolish person. So he's not going to understand. So before leaving, he told him, my dear king, you have so many intelligent ministers. But I wish if you had a foolish minister also in your court. He will benefit you a lot. So just hire one fool. In fact, you hire a greatest fool in your kingdom as your minister, a Mahamurk. So king said, all right, that I can do. No problem. So the saintly person left. And with the help of his intelligent ministers, he found out a real fool, the greatest fool in his kingdom. You know how fools behave. So the fool came, yes, my dear king, what shall I do for you? No. We were advised by a saintly person that we should have a fool in as our minister. So what should I do? Nothing. They brought a golden stick. Just hold this stick. Golden stick. This is a symptom that you are the greatest fool in our kingdom. And you are our foolish minister. So what should I do? Just go wherever you want. We don't want you in the court. So fool left. Taking the stick in his hand, he just left. People knew that he's a minister now. King's minister, foolish minister. So after a while, the king, he developed some disease. And the physicians told him, my dear king, this is a terminal disease. You're going to die soon now. Oh, I'm going to die. All right, no problem. So he said, if I'm going to die, let me meet all my friends and relatives. So he sent messages to everyone. People were coming to see him. He met everyone, and his final day he was laying on the bed, waiting for his death. He remembered, oh, I haven't seen this foolish minister. I want to see him also. So he sent messenger, "Oh, go get this foolish minister also." So they bring him with a stick in hand. The fool comes. "Yes, my dear king, what shall I do?" So king is thinking, what shall I tell him now? He can't understand death and all. He's a fool. So let me explain him the way he can understand. Well, I'm going for some journey. I wanted to see you before I go. Fool became excited. "Oh, you're going for journey. I'll tell queens, they'll get ready to go with you." No, you fool. Queens can't go with me. I had to go alone. "Oh, queens can't go? I can come. I'm your servant. I'm your minister." No, even you can't come. Nobody can come with me. "Oh, nobody can come with you. All right. I will tell your servant, they will prepare your chariot. You are a king. Wherever you go, you should go on chariot. So they will prepare your chariot. You can go on chariot." "No, you fool. I can't go on chariot. I have to just go like that." "Oh, you can't go on chariot?" "Well, I'll tell your servants to cook food for you. You will feel hungry at least on the way. So take some food with you." "No, you fool. I can't take food. I can't take chariots. I can't take anyone. I can't take any money with me." The fool became upset. What kind of journey is this? No food, no money, no companion, no chariots. Where are you going, my dear king? The king became thoughtful. Where am I going? Where am I going? Where am I going? I don't know where am I going. Fool became even amazed. "You don't know where are you going? Okay, tell me when you are going to come back." "Once I go, no coming back." "Oh, once you go, no coming back? And you don't know where are you going? Then why do you call me a fool and giving me this stick? You hold this stick, you are a fool." You know that you have to go for some journey. You can't take any money, you can't take any companion, you can't take anyone with you. And yet you spend your whole life in trying to just hold this, money and all the assets when you know that you have to leave everything behind. And you call me fool. You are the greatest fool. And this is exactly not the story of a king, but the story of all of us, right? Everyone in this world. Everyone spends their whole life trying to accumulate that we will leave behind. It's like taking your precious wealth and putting in debentures which are going to go bankrupt tomorrow. Investing in a company which is going to go bankrupt tomorrow. You're investing all your time to just accumulate something that has to be taken away from us tomorrow. So where is the intelligence? No intelligence. Therefore, anyone who invests his time in accumulating the wealth of Krishna consciousness, he is actually an intelligent person. Because know for sure whatever wealth we accumulate by chanting the names of Krishna, that's the real wealth that will go with us. That's why you see, in India when a person died, they used to take him on palanquin, on arthi, right? And what they would chant? Ram Nam Satya Hai. The only truth is the name of Lord Ram. Right? Nobody even really tries to understand or contemplate what it means. That means the real wealth that you have is the name of Lord Ram. That's the only wealth that will go with you after death. All other wealth you will leave behind. You will take only karma for accumulating that wealth. And that wealth will be enjoyed by, your descendants, God knows what way they will use that money. At least in ancient time they used to have the photo of their father and grandfather and great-grandfather. Now nobody even keeps that also, right? Oh, he's gone, just keep an album in the home. Somebody comes, he'll show them. Now they don't even album, just keep in computer. We show on the computer pictures. So what is the use? What is the use of trying to accumulate the things which will be taken away from us? Better to invest our time in accumulating the wealth of Krishna consciousness. And the easiest way to do that is chanting Hare Krishna. You can accumulate that wealth. You may not realize that wealth may not be visible to you, but that wealth remains. Krishna says, Swa-alpam api yasya dharmasya trayate mahato bhayat. Even if you accumulate swa-alpam, very little wealth of that, it will save you from greatest danger. Because that wealth is everlasting. That wealth will never be exhausted. Never. That will remain as your eternal asset. So in this lifetime, the more time we utilize chanting the names of Krishna, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, we become more and more wealthy. And that wealth will help us in this lifetime and the next as well. Every other wealth, we won't be able to carry with us. It will only become the cause of degradation. Like in Ramayana we hear this incidence of Valmiki Muni, right? Valmiki Muni, he was a dacoit before, became Valmiki. He was a dacoit and he would kill people, he would plunder their wealth, And one day he was, plundering people, and Narad Muni was passing from that forest. So he captured Narad Muni also. Give me whatever you have. Narad Muni said, I don't have anything. My only possession is, this tamburu, this musical instrument, and I chant the names of God. But why are you doing this? Why you are plundering people? It's a sin. You'll be punished for this. Say, well, this is the only way I know to sustain my family. This is the only way I can maintain my family. Well, but after death you have to suffer severe punishment at the hands of Yamaraj. And this person, he never knew anything about Yamaraj or anything. He said, what is that? He said, whatever activities you do in life, if you do good to others, that becomes your bank balance. You will enjoy in the future. Whatever bad you do to others, you have to suffer for that in the future. But I'm doing for my family, that some share will go to them. No. You will be the alone who will be, facing this. Unless your family members agree that they will take the part of your sins, you have to actually suffer alone for all of that. And I'm sure none of your family members would like to suffer for activities that you do. You want to go and ask them. He said, no, I'm sure they will. They love me so much. Why don't you go and ask them? So he told Narad Muni, looks like you are trying to trick me. You are sending me to my parents and you want to run away. No, I'll be here. No, I will tie you. So he tied Narad Muni with the ropes and went home. First of all, he goes to his wife. My dear wife, you are my half of my body. Today I got to know that if whatever sins I have been doing of killing people or plundering them, I have to go to hell for that. You will take some portion of those sins. Why should I? It's your duty to maintain me and my children, right? Why did you marry with me otherwise? It's the duty of a husband to maintain the wife, So he was very disappointed. Oh, you will not take? No, I won't. So he goes to his mother and father. They love me so much. My mother loves me so much. My father loves me so much. So he goes, my dear mother, my dear father. Now I got to know that one has to suffer for the sins. Yes, we know that. So will you take some of my sins? No way. We maintained you when you were a small child. Now it's your duty to maintain us. What you do, how you do, that's your headache. Don't ask us to share your sins. So it was a shock for Valmiki. He came back and he fell at the feet of Narad Muni. Please, Naradji, save me. What should I do? And Narad Muni told him to chant the names of Lord Ram, but he couldn't even chant the names of Ram because he was so sinful. People sometimes think, oh, this is just, some story. How can, if you tell somebody to chant Ram, how he's not able to chant Ram? Have you seen anyone in this world? You tell to chant Ram and he can't chant? Have you seen anyone like that?
No.
That means you've never been to China. Tell a Chinese person to chant Ram. They just cannot. None of the Chinese will be able to chant the names of Ram. They say Lam, Lam, not Ram. Because Chinese language doesn't have alphabetic Ra. So they can't chant Ram. They have never been trained to chant Ram's name. So Valmiki Muni, who was actually a dacoit before, he couldn't chant. He was so sinful. So Narad knew that he had killed so many people. So Mara means killed. So he said, Mara, he can chant. So he said, yes, I can chant Mara. So just chant Mara, Mara. So that's what he did. He started chanting Mara, 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 Ram, Ram, Ram. That became Ram. Simply by chanting the names of Lord Ram in Namabhas. This is called Namabhas. It's not even chanting the name of Lord. It's just Abhas. It appears. Abhas means it appears as if he's chanting the names of Ram. He's chanting Mara, 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 Mara. It appears to be chanting Ram, right? But he was not actually chanting the names of Ram. This is called Namabhas. Simply by Nam Abhas, he became such a great saint. He became free from all the sins and he became such an exalted saintly person. Now you may think, oh, this is a very, old story. Who knows this actually happened also or not? What is the proof nowadays it's happening? But actually I can tell you a more recent incident, which is hardly, maybe 7 or 8 years old. Not even 7, actually 5 years old, hardly. This after I came to America, this happened in Mumbai. I was told by some of the devotees. So, I don't know how many of you have been to Mumbai, but in Mumbai city, there are suburbs, railway stations, So, we have 3 temples in Mumbai. One is in Girgaon Chowpatty, one is in Juhu Chowpatty, and one is in Mira Road. So devotees from Girgaon Chowpatty temple, that's where, I was introduced to Krishna consciousness. So these devotees, they go, till this day they still go to different suburb railway stations on Sunday evenings and they chant Hare Krishna in Kirtan, it's called Nagar Sankirtan. So they go every week, every Sunday to different railway stations and just chant Hare Krishna. So the people who are there on the railway station, they can hear Hare Krishna Mahamantra and they be benefited by hearing. So one day they were chanting in one of the suburb railway stations and all of a sudden from nowhere one person appeared there with a big knife in his hand. He came and fell at the feet of devotees who were chanting Hare Krishna. He said, you people have saved me. So devotees said, what happened? He's having big knife. He looks like, Gunda, some rogue or thief, He said, what happened to you? And he said, I'm a professional killer. And I have killed many people. How many dozens of people I have killed, I don't even know. I take money and on behalf of people who give me money, I kill other human beings. And he said, I came to Mumbai also for that purpose. He started telling the devotees right on the railway station. He said that I came to Mumbai also to kill somebody. And properly, the way I would do that thing is, I would just follow the person whom I'm supposed to kill for 1 week, just see his schedule where he's going, and one day in public place, I'll just bang into him and start argument and quarrel with him. And if the person would quarrel with me, and all of a sudden I would take out a knife and stab him and run away. So people would think, oh, it was just an ordinary quarrel, and one person got excited and just killed him and ran away. It appears like an ordinary quarrel incidents. So nobody doubts me. And I've killed dozens of people like that. And I have been following this one person for last 1 week. But today, when I was about to start the quarrel, and I started actually quarrel with him, you people were chanting on behind. And I could hear this chanting of Hare Krishna. And immediately thought came into my mind, why am I killing people just to maintain myself? There are so many people here in this city itself who are maintaining themselves without killing anyone. Do I need to kill anyone for just maintaining myself? Why can't I live like any ordinary person? Just do some job or something. And why I have to kill people? He said, I never thought of this in my entire life. But today when you were chanting Hare Krishna, first time this thought came into my mind. And I know it is because of this chanting of Hare Krishna. This thought has inspired me from within. And today, I'm going to go to police station and confess all my crimes. But please tell me, what should I do? Because I know I'm going to go to jail for a long time for killing so many people. So they gave him a japmala, said just chant Hare Krishna. And Prabhupada taught us to chant 16 rounds. So chant minimum 16 rounds of Hare Krishna Mahamantra every day. They gave him few books also. This person went to police station, he confessed all his crimes. Now he's in jail. Devotees are in touch with him, but he's in jail. Happily living in jail. Confessing all his crimes. It was a real incident, this few years ago. Just imagine, a professional killer, simply by hearing the chanting of Hare Krishna, is transformed. His heart is transformed and becomes a sober person who's happily reaping the fruits of his sinful deeds. How many people in today's day and age would like to go to jail, happily? Okay, I have done so many crimes, let me go to jail. Nobody would like to go, right? This is the potency of Hare Krishna Mahamantra. It transforms the hearts of even the most sinful and wretched people. What to speak if a person is sincerely and humbly chanting the names of Krishna? It definitely transforms our life. We were discussing yesterday, Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has appeared in this age of Kali Yuga to mainly demonstrate, to mainly teach us that how can we perfect our life. Srimad Bhagavatam says, Yasyasti bhakti bhagavata akinchana sarvair gunair tatra samasita sura harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna manorathena sati dhavato bahi. A person, Yasyasi bhakti bhagavat akinchana, a person who is devotee of Krishna, sarvair gunair tatra samasita sura, all the qualities of gods or demigods are there in that person. That means all the virtues, all the wonderful qualities are there in a person who is a devotee of Krishna. Even if apparently now he is a bad person, if he is doing bhakti, know sure that he has all the good qualities, and in due course of time he will manifest all those qualities. Just like this killer, the murderer. The moment he hears Hare Krishna Mahamantra, it transformed his heart. And he exhibited the qualities of a saintly person, right? He might have killed so many people, but still, he became a saintly person now. And harava bhaktasya kuto mahadguna manorathena sati dhavato. On the other hand, a person who is not a devotee of Krishna, he cannot have any good qualities. Why? Manorathena siddha. He is simply sitting on the chariot of his mind. So whatever his mind is inspiring him, he is doing it. His mind says, be good now, do good to others, so he will be good and doing good to others. Tomorrow his mind says, oh, don't care about others, destroy others, kill others. He will be doing that. Because he is simply following the dictation of his mind. Like Kamsa, Kamsa was driving the chariot of Vasudeva and Devaki. Oh, I love my sister so much. He's taking the humble position. Driving a chariot is a humble position, like becoming a driver, for his sister and brother-in-law. And the moment he hears celestial voice, Kamsa, you are a fool. You are driving a chariot of your sister, but you don't know the 8th child of this very sister will kill you. Oh, immediately grabbed the Devaki from the hair, took out his sword and trying to chop off her head. One moment showing so much love, next moment willing to kill her. Why? Because this moment his mind is telling, show love to your sister, And the next moment mind says, no, this sister is going to be a threat to you, kill her. This is the meaning of being seated on the chariot of mind. Because mind is whimsical, and one who follows the dictation of mind is also whimsical. You know? You cannot expect such a person to have any good qualities. Even if he exhibits a lot of good qualities, he has no good qualities. Because he's simply whimsical. He's following whimsical mind. But a devotee of Krishna, he follows only Krishna's dictation. He follows only what Krishna says in scriptures like Bhagavad Gita. He doesn't follow his mind. He follows what Krishna says. You know? And therefore, all the godly qualities are there in such a person. So Sri Chaitanya Mahaprabhu has come to teach us that how we can actually have those godly qualities simply by chanting Hare Krishna. Because chanting Hare Krishna puts us in contact with Krishna. And once we are in touch with Krishna, we follow his dictation, we develop all the godly qualities. You know? Otherwise, we remain seated on the chariot of our mind. Actually, there are so many incidents we can go on discussing, but especially Nityananda Trayadashi is coming soon, the appearance of Lord Nityananda. So Lord Chaitanya appeared, who is Krishna himself, and Krishna's elder brother Balaram, he also appeared with Lord Chaitanya as Nityananda Prabhu. Chaitanya and Nityananda. They are also called Gaura Nitai. Gaura is Lord Gauranga Mahaprabhu or Krishna, and Nitai is Balaram. Narottam Das Thakur says, the Balarama Hoilo Nitai. Lord Balaram appeared as Nitai or Nityananda Prabhu. So Nityananda Prabhu and Chaitanya Mahaprabhu, they are the pioneers of this Hare Krishna movement. People sometimes think, so this Hare Krishna was started by Srila Prabhupada. No, Srila Prabhupada actually brought this Hare Krishna movement to the Western world. But this movement was inaugurated by Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. Ajanu lambito bujo kanakavadhatau sankirtanai kapitaro kamalaya dakshau vishwambaro dujavaro yugadharma palo mande jagat priyakaro karunavataro. Sankirtanai kapitaro. Pitaro means father. The father of Sankirtan movement are this Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. These are the two fathers of Sankirtan movement. This Hare Krishna movement was inaugurated by Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda. And when they inaugurated this movement, they actually exhibited what is the power of chanting Hare Krishna. How this chanting of Hare Krishna actually transforms even the most degraded and lowly persons. Now, one such incident took place, 500 years ago. Lord Chaitanya was living in Navadvip, which is Mayapur Dham. Till this day, that Dham exists. In fact, ISKCON's world headquarters is in Navadvip, in Mayapur. The birthplace of Lord Chaitanya is the world headquarters of ISKCON society. I don't know how many of you have been there. Has anyone been to Mayapur? Mataji has been. You must visit whenever you go to India next time.
Yeah, where about is this? Where is it in India?
It is 160 kilometers away from Howrah, from Calcutta.
Calcutta, Howrah Bridge. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you have to take a taxi or some transport to go there.
Okay.
Trains also go there from Howrah. If you take a local train that goes there. So that's the world headquarters of ISKCON society. Srila Prabhupada chose especially Mayapur as the headquarters. And ISKCON is building a huge temple there. The project of the temple building project in itself around $50 million. It's going to be a huge monument, temple of Panchatattva. So that's the birthplace of Lord Chaitanya. When Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda were living there for almost 500 years ago. Just 500 years ago. In 1486, Lord Chaitanya appeared. It was Krishna himself. People think, generally we hear about God's appearance in this world, which cannot be traced in history, thousands of years ago. But Krishna appeared just 500 years ago as Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Nityananda. Krishna Balaram appeared as Gaur Nitai just 500 years ago. And that history is there, in the history books. And from the scriptures you can actually find out, you can actually understand that it was Krishna only who appeared as Lord Chaitanya. From Chaitanya Charitamrita you can understand that. So Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda, they were living in Mayapur, and Nityananda Prabhu especially would go from door to door every day with another devotee of Lord Chaitanya. His name was Haridas Thakur. Haridas Thakur was born in a Muslim family, but he would chant Hare Krishna every day. And he was very dear to Lord Chaitanya. So every day, Lord Balaram, who appeared as Nityananda, he would go every day with Haridas Thakur. And Haridas Thakur is actually none other than Lord Brahma. Lord Brahma appeared as Haridas Thakur. So Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu, they would go every day out in the marketplace of Navdeep. They would go actually from door to door, asking people, please chant the names of Krishna. Please chant the names of Krishna. And in those days, people, they were highly educated. They would study Bhagavad Gita and Srimad Bhagavatam, but they would never speak of chanting Hare Krishna. Like nowadays also, you'll see many scholars, they, talk on Bhagavad Gita, they even write the commentaries on Bhagavad Gita, but they would never teach you the real essence from Bhagavad Gita. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada, when he commented on Bhagavad Gita, he entitled Bhagavad Gita as it is. As it is means what Krishna is trying to say from Bhagavad Gita. So in those days also people would read Bhagavad Gita and Bhagavatam, but they had no real understanding of Bhagavad Gita. So Lord Chaitanya and Lord Nityananda and Haridas Thakur, they would go from door to door and ask people, please chant Hare Krishna. And some people who were pious, they would accept them. They would accept their suggestion and start chanting Hare Krishna. But those who were inimical, they would just drive them away. Get out of here, we don't want to see your face, It happens even in today's day and age. Devotees also experience similar people. So, one day when they were roaming in the streets of Navdeep or Mayapur, they came across two rogues. They were very huge, very gigantic figures, and they were completely intoxicated by drinking liquor. Their eyes were rolling practically, couldn't even see anything. And people were standing at far distance from them. And these two people, who were completely intoxicated, they were pulling each other's hair, beating each other. So Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, they asked people, who are these two people? And people say, you don't know them? My dear Goswami, these are the two sons of Brahmanas. They were born in a Brahman family, but because of bad association, they have become degraded. Sorry. But now they have become degraded because of bad association. Their names are Jagadanand and Madhavanand. People call them Jagai and Madai. So these two brothers, they have committed all kinds of heinous and sinful activities. They kill Brahmanas, they kill children, they rape so many women and they have killed the women. They set the people's houses to the fire. They plunder people, Nobody dares to go near them. If they catch somebody, that person is dead. He's not going to come alive at their hands. And they are big outlaw. Even if the government people, even the king's soldiers, they come to arrest them, they kill them and send them away. The soldiers are even afraid to approach them. They are big outlaw in this whole city. And nobody can do anything about them. Can you imagine how powerful they were? They were actually very powerful, and they had physical strength of 10,000 elephants. They were so gigantic. So Nityananda Prabhu looked at Haridas. He said, Haridas, if these two rogues, they become devotees, people will understand what is the glory of chanting Hare Krishna. People will understand what is the glory of Lord Chaitanya. And Haridas said, simply by your desire, these two rogues are already delivered. I am sure now soon these two rogues will become devotees and they will be chanting Hare Krishna with the devotees. So Nityananda said, let's go and ask them. So they went very close, and people say, hey, no, don't go near them. If they catch you, they will kill you. So Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, they went sufficiently close that they could be heard by these two rogues, but they maintained distance from them. And Nityananda Prabhu said to these two brothers, Jagai and Madhai, he said, my dear brothers, why you are wasting your life like this? Please chant the names of Krishna. Krishna is your father. Krishna is your mother. Krishna is your very life and soul. Please chant the names of Krishna. And these two rogues, they were actually rolling because of intoxication, and they raised their heads, looked at Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas. Catch them, kill them, catch them, kill them. Started running behind Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas. And Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas, how they became stunned, they started running, out of fear. And these two, gigantic people, because they were very fat and huge, they had difficulty in running. But they were running behind Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas. And Nityananda Prabhu and Haridas Thakur, they ran in fear, Of course, Nityananda Prabhu is Balaram himself, He could kill millions of Jagai and Madhais alone. He had so much strength. Balaram, he killed so many demons, when he appeared with Krishna, such powerful demons Balaram killed. So Nityananda Prabhu could have killed them, but they were playing the role of saintly people, so they ran away, And Haridas Thakur, and Nityananda Prabhu, they were joking with each other while running. Nityananda Prabhu was telling Haridas, once Krishna saved you from the hands of soldiers, soldiers were trying to kill you because they were inimical towards you. And Haridas said, but today, because I'm with a madman like you, who's going and asking these drunkards to chant Hare Krishna, I'll lose my life. They are going to kill me today. So they were joking in this way with each other, and they came back to Lord Chaitanya, and they came and gave a report. That today we approached these two brothers who were drunkards. And Lord Chaitanya said, he asked other devotees, who are these two brothers? And Srivas Thakur, who was actually well aware of these two personalities, he said, these two are actually sons of Brahmanas, but they have become degraded. But by Nityananda Prabhu's mercy, I think they will be delivered soon. So next day, Haridas Thakur and Nityananda Prabhu, they were again roaming in the city, and they came across these two brothers again. So this time Nityananda Prabhu decided he is going to deliver these two rogues. So he went very close to them, very close, not maintaining any distance. He went close to these two brothers, and he said, my dear brothers, it pains my heart to see that you people are wasting your life like this, in intoxication and heinous activities. Please chant the names of Krishna. Krishna is your father, Krishna is your mother, Krishna is your life and soul. Please chant the names of Krishna. And both of them, they raised their heads. Who are you? And Nityananda said, I am Avadhuta, I am a saintly person, and I am requesting you, please chant the names of Krishna. And Madhai, who was holding a earthen pot in which he was drinking liquor, with his all might and strength, he smashed it on the head of Nityananda Prabhu. And Nityananda Prabhu started bleeding profusely from his head. And Haridas Thakur became stunned. He ran to Lord Chaitanya to inform that Nitai has been hurt. And Nityananda Prabhu was bleeding profusely. He went even closer to them and he said, "My dear brothers, you hurted me so badly, but doesn't really pain me so much. Still my heart is paining seeing you people suffering so much. Please give up your bad habits and chant the names of Krishna." And Madai, he picked up another pot. He was about to hit again to Nityananda Prabhu. And Jagai stopped him. No, don't beat him. Looks like he's a fool. He's a mad, some mad sannyasi. You won't gain anything by hitting him. In the meantime, Haridas Thakur went and he told Lord Chaitanya. And Lord Chaitanya, as soon as he heard this, that the Nitai has been hurt, he came right at the scene. Lord Chaitanya is Krishna himself. So Krishna, when he saw that Nityananda Prabhu has the wound on the head and the blood was profusely coming out of it, he became extremely angry. And immediately Lord Chaitanya, in anger, he invoked Chakra, Chakra. And Sudarshan Chakra appeared on his fingers. And he was about to chop off the heads of these two brothers. And Nityananda said, No, my dear Lord, please don't kill them. Jagai saved my life. And as soon as Lord Chaitanya heard this, Jagai saved my life. Lord Chaitanya became very happy. He went and embraced Jagai. Just imagine what kind of life he saved. One brother is beating, another brother saying, "Oh, don't kill him." That is his saving, And Nityananda Prabhu, he glorified for this to Jagai. He said, "Jagai saved my life." So Lord Chaitanya immediately went and embraced Jagai. And as soon as Lord Chaitanya, who is Krishna himself, he embraced Jagai, Jagai came back to his sanity. All his sins disappeared. And he could identify, oh, he's Krishna himself. And he fell at the feet of Lord Chaitanya and Nityananda Prabhu. And Madai was looking all this, that my brother is falling at their feet. And his eyes were also open. He went and fell at Lord Chaitanya's feet. Please deliver me also, like you delivered my brother from this sinful life. Lord Chaitanya says, no. You have done a grave sin of hurting Nityananda Prabhu. You will never get my mercy. Unless until Lord Nityananda, he forgives you. And Lord Nityananda, he turned to Lord Chaitanya, my dear Lord, whatever sins he has done, please forgive him. If I have done any service to you which has pleased you, please, for that service, give your mercy to this Madai also. So in this way, by the mercy of Nityananda Prabhu, Jagai and Madai, they were embraced by Lord Chaitanya and immediately they were transformed. They understood that they were living a heinous and sinful life. They received the mercy of Lord Chaitanya, and Lord Chaitanya told them, please chant Hare Krishna from today onwards and sin no more. They said, no, my dear Lord, we will never ever again commit any sinful activities. So in this way, the two rogues were actually transformed into devotees. And then after Jagai and Madai, they would always live in the association of Lord Chaitanya and chant Hare Krishna. And actually, Vrindavan Das Thakur explains what kind of devotees they became. Jagai and Madai, Madai especially approached once Lord Nityananda. He said, my dear Lord, I am so sinful. When you came to me asking me to chant Hare Krishna, I hit you on the head. My brother is actually better than me. He never hurt you, but I hurted you. I am so sinful, I am so heinous. And you are so merciful that you have forgiven me. Nityananda said, I have forgiven you. Don't think of that. He said, you are so merciful that you have forgiven me. But I have hurted so many people in my intoxication. I have killed so many people. I have raped so many ladies. I have, harmed so many people. I have set the fire to their homes. I don't even know whom all I have offended in my intoxication. I don't even recognize them. What should I do? I have curses of all those people on my head. Don't think if somebody curses you, that curse goes in vain. Especially if you trouble somebody and the person curses you from the heart, that really becomes an obstacle in our lives. And Jagai Madai had, curses of so many people on their heads. So Nityananda Prabhu said, don't worry. All your sins, all the curses have been removed from your life. Just do one thing. You go to Ganges and build a ghat, bathing ghat, because Ganges was flowing from Navadip. So he said, just build a bathing ghat in Ganga, and whoever comes to bathe in that ghat, you serve those people by washing their clothes, by helping them to take out the water. Serve them in every possible way. So Madai did that. He actually constructed with his own hands a ghat, a bathing ghat on Ganga, and when people would come there, he would actually serve them. He would wash their clothes. He would, just free of cost, a servant, free servant for everyone. He would serve them. And sometimes some people who were actually, were hurt by him, they would get very angry and pick up a stone and throw on him. Sometimes they throw on his head, sometimes on his body, and he would actually bleed. He would pick up the stone and go to the person. Please hit me again. I deserve this. Because I have done so many sins. Please beat me more. Just imagine a rogue like that who would kill everyone became such a gentle soul. He would go to people, please beat me more. I deserve more. How many would like to do that? In today's day and age. If suppose you become, saintly and somebody comes and tries to do that to you, I will show you, don't think that I am just a saintly person. Right? But that's how Madai became. He became a real saint. This is the power of chanting Hare Krishna. If you attentively chant the names of Krishna, it can actually transform our lives. So, this is our request. Please chant the names of Krishna. Krishna's name is so powerful, so potent. It can remove all the anarthas, all the misgivings from our heart and transform us into a saintly person. So please chant the names of Krishna and perfect your life. There's no other way to perfect life in this age of Kali Yuga. You can't perform yajnas, you can't perform meditation or yoga. The only way we can perfect our life is by chanting Hare Krishna. That's the easiest and sublime form of practice recommended for this age. So we'll stop here. If you have any, if you have any questions, you may ask. No questions? So we will.
Who is a spiritual master actually? How do we know that that person is the right person and we are following the right path?
Oh, that's a very good question. How do we understand who is a real guru, right? Actually, the scriptures give all the descriptions. So there are two things. One is qualification of a guru and also qualification of a disciple. So before going for, looking for a guru or trying to find out the qualifications of a guru, we should also understand what are the qualifications of a disciple. Who can actually become a disciple? Whether I am qualified for that or not. So first and foremost qualification of a disciple is Tad Vijnanartham sa gurum eva vigachet. Tad Vijnanartham. Vijnana means science, right? Jnana and Vijnana. Vijnana means science or realized knowledge. So a person who wants realized knowledge, not just theory, but the knowledge which you can practice in your life. Tad Vijnanartham sa guru eva abhigachet. A person who desires to have Vijnana, realized knowledge which he can practice in his life, he should find a guru. Sometimes people, say, oh, I have so many problems, my business is not going well, let me find some guru who can give me some mantra that my business can flourish. No. Then you're not qualified to be a disciple. Or I'm not getting my, a good wife or good husband, we are not getting a child, so let me find a guru. No, not for these things. But tad vijnanartham, a person who is desirous of having the realized knowledge, he should approach a guru. And what kind of realized knowledge? Realized knowledge means, Bhagavad Gita explained that we are not this body, we are spirit soul, we are Atma, right? You want to realize that I am not this body, I am Atma, not just knowledge. How to realize this? And also Krishna explains in Gita. It's okay. Children should not. So a person who is desirous of understanding, Krishna says, Mama Yamsha Jivri, all of us, all the living entities, they are my Amsha. So one who's desirous of realizing this, that actually I am part of God, I am part of Krishna, I am his child. Not just theoretical knowledge, not just book knowledge, but a realized knowledge. Then you should approach a guru. And then the qualifications of guru are also mentioned. There are many qualifications, but the first and foremost is guru is one who is well versed in the science of Krishna. Science of Krishna means one who understands Krishna Tattva, one who understands who Krishna is, who God is. Everything in relationship to God is known to him. And who can actually explain others the Krishna Tattva, the Tattva or reality about God. Like, many times if you go and you'll find many people who are connected to some spiritual cult or realization organizations, you go and ask them, who is God? Can you explain me the definition and what actually God is? And see what reply comes. They'll give you all confusing and all frustrating answers. Oh, God means, like this, God means like this. Actually, once Srila Prabhupada, he was having a Chaturvedi. Chaturvedi means a person who was scholar of 4 Vedas. He came to meet Srila Prabhupada. So Srila Prabhupada was having casual conversation with him. He said, oh, so you are mastery on the 4 Vedas. You have studied the 4 Vedas. He said, yes, Swamiji. He said, okay, tell me, who is God? You have studied 4 Vedas, you should know who is God, right? So who is God? This person said, actually, it's very difficult to say who is God. God is described in the Vedas as, unborn and this and that. The person went on confusing him. Prabhupada said, wait a minute. He called a 4-year-old daughter of Malati, Saraswati. Her name was Saraswati. Malati Mataji is there in New Vrindavan. Her daughter. So Prabhupada called her. Saraswati, come here. And he opened a box of cookies. He said, here is the cookie. So she came to grab. He said, no, wait a minute. I have a question. Tell me, who is God? She said, Krishna is Supreme Personality of Godhead. He is God. Prabhupada gave cookie. Jai! Prabhupada turned to the Kshatriya. See, she is 4-year-old girl. She knows who is God. You don't even know who God is. You're giving all this confusing reply. So the person said, oh, well, she knows who God is, but she doesn't know. She knows Krishna is God, but she doesn't know how Krishna is God. Prabhupada said, that even you don't know how Krishna is God. That even Krishna doesn't know how he is God. So that's the meaning of knowing Krishna Tattva. Krishna means a person who knows the definition of God, who God is, and he can explain everything in relationship to God. So that's first qualification. He should be well versed in the science of God. And secondly, he should be coming in parampara system. Krishna explains in the 4th chapter of Bhagavad Gita, Imam vivasvate yogam proktamanaham avyayam manasvan vivasvan manave praha manorikshvake abravit evam parampara praptam imam rajarishayo vidhu sakale nehamayata yogo nashta parantapa. He says, initially I explained this Bhagavad Gita, knowledge of Bhagavad Gita, to sun god Vivaswan. His name is Vivaswan, Surya Dev, And Surya Dev explained the same knowledge to his son Manu, the father of mankind. Manu Samhita comes from Manu. So Manu is son of Surya Dev. So he says, Surya Dev explained this science to his son Manu, and Manu explained this science to his son Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku was the king of this earth planet. That's how the knowledge of Gita, Bhagavad Gita, came originally to earth. Through the king Ikshvaku. Surya Dev is the king of sun planet, but his grandson is the king of earth planet, Ikshvaku. Ikshvaku is the dynasty where Lord Ramchandra appeared. He appeared in the dynasty of Ikshvaku. So, in this way Krishna says, Evam parampara praptam. In this way this knowledge was coming in parampara. And saintly people, they explained this knowledge in parampara system. But in due course of time, this parampara is broken. So same parampara is revived by Krishna 5,000 years ago by teaching that knowledge to Arjuna. So anyone who claims to be a guru, he must be belonging to parampara. And according to scripture, there are only 4 bona fide paramparas. They have names. The 4 paramparas, they have names. These paramparas are like universities. Like somebody says, I have done PhD in computer science. You say, oh, from which university? And he says, university? What is that? So you know what kind of PhD he has, right? So similarly, if somebody says, I am guru, so you ask him, which parampara you belong to? Parampara? What is that? Oh, okay. Pranam. So scriptures explain there are 4 paramparas, One is Brahma parampara, beginning with Lord Brahma. So Brahma understood the same knowledge from Krishna. He is the first student in that parampara, and then he starts his university. So that becomes Brahma parampara. The original teacher is Krishna only. And then Rudra parampara, Lord Shiva, he understood the same jnana, same knowledge from Lord Krishna. And then he starts his own university that becomes Rudra Sampradaya or Rudra parampara. Brahma parampara, Rudra parampara, Shri parampara. Lakshmi Devi, she is the 3rd teacher, in that line. And Kumar Sampradaya or Kumar parampara. The 4 sons of Lord Brahma, Chatush Kumaras, Sanak, Sanatan, Sanandan and Sanat Kumar. They started their own university after understanding the knowledge from Lord Krishna. So these are the 4 sampradayas or paramparas which exist till this day. And you find these 4 paramparas even in America active. They are preaching. Like if you come to Pittsburgh, the SV temple, that is under Shri Sampradaya. So they understand all the 4 sampradayas. They understand Krishna is the Supreme Lord. Not that Rudra Sampradaya will say, oh, Lord Shiva is supreme. No. All 4 sampradayas, they teach you same thing only, that Krishna is supreme and we are part of Krishna, and therefore it's our duty to serve Krishna. All 4 sampradayas will teach you same thing. But they may have little difference in mode of worship. How you worship every day, that may be little different. But the 4 sampradayas teach you same thing only. So anyone who is claiming to be a guru must be in parampara system. So Srila Prabhupada, he is one of the acharyas in Brahma Sampradaya, the parampara which is coming from Lord Brahma. So ISKCON society is actually Brahma parampara, Brahma Sampradaya. We come in the lineage of Lord Brahma in knowledge wise. And then there are of course many other qualifications which are described by Srila Rupa Goswami. He says, Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jibha vegam, udaro upastha vegam, Etan vegan yo vishayet dhira sarvam apima prithvim sashishayat. He says, who can actually become a guru? Who has conquered 6 kinds of urges. Vacho vegam. Vacho vegam means the urge to speak. Everybody has the urge to speak, right? I remember in our school days we used to have, different puzzles kind of thing. Somebody said, one lady in one day she stitches 5 shirts. So 5 ladies will stitch how many? So this child wrote 0. They'll be sitting and talking together. Not only ladies, but even, men. Just sitting in the office, what they do? Chit chat, right? Talking so many. Oh, what is happening in politics? What is happening in sports? What is happening here and there? People have tendency to speak so much. A guru is a person who has controlled the urge to speak. Doesn't mean that he sits silent like a child, given punishment not to speak anything. No. He speaks only about Krishna. He can go on speaking 24 hours a day without stopping. But he will speak only about Krishna. He will teach the message of Krishna consciousness. That is the meaning of controlling the urge to speak. Vacho vegam. Then manasa vegam. Manasa vegam means mind. Our mind is always wandering here and there. You might be sitting here, all of a sudden think, oh, what must be happening in Hyderabad in my home? And you are immediately transported to Hyderabad. You are here, but your mind is in Hyderabad, right? Within a moment, right? So, a person who has controlled his mind is always fixed on Krishna. Krishna's teachings in Bhagavad Gita, that's the meaning of controlling the mind. Generally, you see, whenever a person is alone, Prabhupada says, whenever a man is alone, he thinks of only 2 things: money and sex. That's all. And that's what people do generally. If you're sitting in the office, what they do? They'll just go to all nonsensical website and do what not. So that means the mind is uncontrolled. But a guru is a person who has controlled his mind. He can fix his mind on Krishna. Whenever there's empty time, he will take Bhagavad Gita and try to fix his mind in understanding the teachings of Bhagavad Gita. Manasa vegam. Vacho vegam manasa. Krodha vegam. A guru is a person who has controlled his anger. Again, doesn't mean that he does not get angry. Do anything, he is smiling all the time. No. A guru means he gets angry for serving Krishna. Like Hanuman, he goes to Lanka and he's trying to explain Ravana that you should give Mother Sita to Lord Ram. He gives good instructions, but not really angry. He's giving good instructions to him. And Ravana is insulting. Who is Ram? This beggar begging from door to door in the forest. I don't care about him. The Hanuman became angry. He's insulting Lord Ram. So I have to teach him a lesson. And in that anger, he actually burned the whole Lanka. When Hanuman burned the Lanka, he was angry actually, very angry at Ravana. Not that he was smiling, let me burn the Lanka. No, he was actually angry. He was using anger in service of Lord Ram. So anger can be used in God's service, Krishna's service. And similarly, jivha vegam. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jivha vegam. The tongue has 2 functions. One is to speak, we already discussed, and there is to eat foodstuffs. Whenever you go into the shop, oh, this food looks so nice, this pizza is very nice, this is nice. So tongue is always drawn to those foodstuffs. But a guru is one who does not care to eat any delicious food if it is not offered to Krishna. If it is not Krishna Prasad, he would not accept it. No matter however delicious that food may be. If it is offered to Krishna, he will accept it with great respect and honor. Even if it is simple food. So that's the meaning of jivha vegam. And udhara and upastha vegam. Udhara means belly, when the hunger comes, you become desperate to eat, right? But a guru is a person who can tolerate even the urge of belly. That means, even if he is hungry, if he doesn't get Krishna Prasad, he can tolerate that hunger. Or if it is required to fast on certain days, even if it is intolerable hunger, he will tolerate it. Like in Janmashtami, Janmashtami we generally fast. You'll see ISKCON devotees, they don't eat anything or drink anything for the whole day, till the midnight. Or in the month of June, there comes Pandava Nirjala Ekadashi. For the whole day, even in the midnight, we don't eat or drink anything. For the whole day, no eating, no drinking, not even water. For almost 36-40 hours, you don't drink or eat anything. That's inconvenient, right? But devotees do it. So Guru means who can tolerate these inconveniences, because he knows these tithis are pleasing to Krishna. Krishna wants us, that we should be doing this austerity. So he will not care to eat any food. He will tolerate the hunger. Actually, Srila Prabhupada explains in Bhagavatam, Srimad Bhagavatam, first canto. He says, just imagine if everyone starts following Ekadashi. Ekadashi means, generally Ekadashi means you don't eat anything. That's the real meaning of Ekadashi. Or even if you eat, just eat, in moderate quantity some fruit or some non-grain food. Can you imagine how much food you can save if everybody starts following Ekadashi? So much food can be saved, right? And finally, upastha vegam. Upastha means the urge of genitals, the urge for sex life. A guru is one who has conquered even the urge for sex life. Does not necessarily mean that he has to be a sannyasi. He can be a householder as well. But not that he uses genitals for enjoyment, sex enjoyment. He will have children. He will use his genitals only to procreate children whom he can raise as devotees of Krishna. That's the meaning of controlling the upastha vegam. So, these are the 6 vegas. Vacho vegam, manasa krodha vegam, jibha vegam, udaropastha vegam. Etan vegan vishayatayo dhira. One who is able to conquer or control these 6 urges, he is a dhira. And he can become guru. He can accept disciples all over the world. So whenever you try to look for a guru, you should see these qualifications. First of all, he should be well versed in the science of Krishna. Secondly, he should be coming in parampara, and he should be able to tolerate these 6 urges of mind, intelligence, for mind and urge to speak, urge to eat, anger, belly and genitals. You should be able to conquer them. Is that answer your question?
I have one question.
Yes.
See, my name is Ashok Sachdev. I come from Dubai. We have a lot of following of Lord Krishna there.
I know. I have
including in my factory we had once. But I came today because Srinivasan.
Yeah, he told me
yeah.
that.
So I'm a follower of Guru Nanak, where they say...
Are you Sindhi?
Yes. They say, Sapna Jiya Ka Ek Data. For all living creatures, there's only one God. But you call him whichever name you like. That's what they say. So if I don't say Krishna, if I say Guru Nanak, am I anyway wrong, or anything can be suggested by you?
No, now you see, if you are saying Guru Nanak, then you should follow the teachings of Guru Nanak.
I do follow. Yeah,
right?
Yeah.
What was his prime teaching?
His prime teaching was...
Govinda guna gayo nahi, janam akarat ki. Right?
Everything about Ram and Krishna.
Yeah.
In the Sukhmani Sahib, he says only about him. But he says, I'm not God, he's a prophet.
Mm-hmm.
But he says, for all living creatures, there's one God, whichever name you only call him.
Yeah. So mainly Krishna or Ram, right?
Ram,
that's what he says.
That's what.
So that's what we say. You just chant the names of Krishna or chant the names of Lord Ram. And then Hare Krishna Mahamantra, both the names come,
Both
right?
the names.
So that's what we say. Just chant Hare Krishna. So we are actually following the same teaching. It's nothing wrong. So instead of taking the name of prophet, you take the name of God. Like, even in Christianity, people say, Jesus is God. Jesus never said he's God,
No,
right?
no.
Similarly, Guru Nanak also never said he's
No, he
God.
never said. Same is Prophet Muhammad.
Yeah,
He
he never said that he's
never
God.
said he's God.
But now people foolishly,
Yeah.
without understanding their
Yeah.
teachings, they say, "Oh, Jesus is God, Muhammad is God."
No. He's not.
So, if we really revere these saintly people, then we should follow their teachings. And of course, I was born in Sindhi family too, so I know. I have studied Sukhmani and all in childhood, but the real teaching is that we have to sing the glories of Lord Krishna. And the easiest way to sing the glories of Krishna is Hare Krishna, chant Hare Krishna. That's what we do. In all our kirtans we chant Hare Krishna. And that is actually following the teachings of Guru Nanak. Right?
Yeah, and Sukhmani Sahib, he does say about Krishna and Ram, but there's a book about him that if you read this and you have, this is a path that will take you to God. He doesn't say about anything about himself.
See, the thing is, because of the attachments, people try to deviate from the real principle. Now he has given the principle, right?
Yeah.
The principle is Govinda Guna.
Yeah.
Govinda Guna Gayo Nahi Janam Akart Ki. If you have not singing the glories of Govinda, your life is waste. You have wasted your life, right? Everything else you do is just a simply waste of time. So, why not sing the glories of Govinda? And this is the easiest way. Srila Prabhupada has taught us, right? Chanting Hare Krishna. That's the easiest way to chant the glories of Govinda. So just chant the glories of Govinda, right? You are following the teachings of Guru Nanak then.
Yeah.
But if you say, "Oh no, I'll just read this book or do that," that's like deviating from his instruction. Like I remember, few years ago, almost like 8 or 9 years ago, I was in Mumbai, and one day one Christian preacher came to our home. So he was telling me, Jesus is the only way. I said, yes, I agree. But are you following the teaching of Jesus? So I asked him. Jesus said, his teachings are there in Bible. Thou shalt not kill. That means you should not kill any living entity. So I asked him, do you eat meat? He said, yes. I said, he says you should not kill anyone. You are coming to tell me that Jesus is the only way and you don't even follow him. Right? You are killing the animals and eating the flesh of animals. So why? What is the mentality behind it? He said, actually once we go to God, once we go to kingdom of God, we won't be eating meat there. Because in kingdom of God, even lion doesn't eat meat. I said, that's good, I know. Kingdom of God, even lion doesn't eat meat. But you will not go there because you're not following God's instruction. He said, no, when we go, we will stop. I said, but you will never go there. Right? So similarly, if Guru Nanak has taught us, we should sing the glories of Govinda. We should sing the glories of Govinda. And actually, 24 hours a day, we should sing the names of Krishna. Then we will be able to perfect our life. So please, if possible, start chanting. In Dubai, we have every Sunday program, right? In that big hall.
Many places.
Yeah.
Many in fact,
Community hall. So please join us. I was there a couple of years ago, and I know I saw 500-600 people come there every Sunday.
Now more, much more.
Yeah.
Many, much more. In fact, in Astoria Hotel and the Ambassador Hotel, the owners, they organize a program in their house, in my house, and we do. Yeah, it's a big following.
Yes,
There's a big following in Baghdad also. But then after Saddam, everything went down.
Yeah.
There was a big following. Yeah. Really? Yes, of course. Uday, his son, Saddam's first son Uday, he had a big following of Hare Ram Hare Krishna. Really? Yes.
The Eklavya Prabhu is from Boston.
Yeah.
He was the last one.
Achha.
He
travels a lot.
Yeah,
You know him?
Yeah, I know him. He's a good friend of mine.
Yeah, he came to our factory. He made a program in my house.
Achha.
Oh, very good. We were very impressed with him.
Yeah.
What was his name?
Eklavya.
Eklavya Prabhu.
He's a very old friend of mine.
Yeah, very vibrant.
We couldn't
person.
get your
Huh?
I didn't get your name.
Shankarananda.
You are based in USA.
Yeah. I'm from Mumbai. I just came 6 years ago.
Come to Dubai also.
I have been to Dubai a Couple of
Again,
years.
I mean, I'll
Yeah,
give
no,
my
I'll
address.
come.
I came here because of my daughter. She stays there, 2001. She got a baby girl, so me and my wife came to see her.
Oh, really? You can give her number also to them. They will invite him.
No, she in fact she knows Bhagavad Gita better than both of us.
Acha, acha, acha. What's your name?
Sachdev, Ashok Sachdev.
Ashok Sachdev.
I'll give my card.
Okay, that's
You're
good.
coming to Dubai, please visit us.
Any other questions?
Only one question I had. This is about something that you talked about initially. That killing babies, mothers are killing the children in their womb. Right? I want to just put a little practical twist to it that today the society is actually becoming so deteriorated that illicit sex right from the age of 12, 13 is started all over the world. Starting from UK, now even in India. So, like it or not, there will be some cases, even in some other family where a daughter is 16-year-old and she became pregnant because of she doesn't have the knowledge and maturity to deal with a relationship at that age. And obviously the atmosphere at home also is bad. So it has resulted in her becoming pregnant. So as a father, if I go with the philosophy that killing a child in the womb is the wrong thing. It's a murder. Big aparat. What would that father do?
First and foremost thing is we have to train our children, secure them from this kind of situations. That's the first and foremost thing of duty of father. Therefore, Srila Prabhupada says, women in Vedic culture, they were always protected. In their childhood, till the time they get married, they were protected by father. And what is the meaning of protection? Protection doesn't mean that you just provide her unlimited access to money and have complete freedom. That's not the protection. Protection means monitoring the child closely, what the child is doing. And a father and mother, they should know the pulse of the child. Like say for example, the mother who's really concerned about the child, the moment she sees, oh, today my child is not feeling well, even before the child complains, she knows, oh, he's not feeling well today. And I've seen mothers like that. Those who are closely watching their children, they can sense, even before the child complains, they can sense. So, similarly, it's a duty of a father to protect especially the female child, closely watching. And in case, if such an unfortunate thing happens, then we should take it as the destiny of the child. Not that you mess up with the karma by killing the child. That's like creating more bad karma. And one thing we should understand. Nowadays, nobody really cares about your reputation and all, right? It's actually a big, in Vedic culture, it would be considered a big, defaming to the family if the girl becomes pregnant before marriage. It's a big defaming. But nowadays, nobody even cares about it. Right?
Yeah,
First of all, nobody cares about it.
In India, it's still a problem.
There's still problem.
Yeah.
But
Honestly.
then it's a duty of parents, not that you provide children unlimited access to media and televisions and internet and give them unlimited cash. I'm taking care of my children. I want to provide them everything, and then you expect that, oh no, they shouldn't go astray the path. Varnashram means the girl is protected by the father, and once she's married, she is protected by the husband. Then it's the duty of the husband to protect her. So we need to train our children, protect them and train them in such a way that they don't go astray the path. Because if they go astray the path, you don't want to indulge in sinful activities.
We agree what you say, but what our friend or what in case that situation happens, what to do? You are asking that. No?
Yeah, and Prabhuji has told that we should not kill the child.
We should not. Is it?
We shouldn't kill the child because that's messing up with the karma more. You have to suffer the reactions for that. It should, under any circumstances, Never ever we should allow this kind of heinous act to happen. Killing a child is the most heinous act, and it has a severe karma connected to it. No, a person thinks, oh, right now I'm getting away from this, troublesome situation. At least I don't have to face defaming around me. But you're not seeing the future. In the future, you are facing bigger trouble, bigger misery. The reaction of that karma is, if somebody kills a child in the womb, you will be forced to enter into the womb and killed in this womb as a child. That's the reaction of karma. If I'm responsible for killing a child in the womb, I will have to enter into the womb and be killed in return.
Like some women, they say, we have 2 children, third we don't have. They go and do abortion. That is wrong, isn't it?
That is wrong. That is wrong. Prabhupada says this is nonsensical family planning. Family planning does not mean that you do abortion, kill the child. Family planning means you restrain. Don't indulge in sex. That's the family planning. That you continue doing whatever nonsense you want and you say family planning. That's not family planning. That is sinful planning. Yes?
Getting the female restricted for being able to give a baby, is that correct? For avoiding birth?
Actually speaking, it is not. According to the ideal standards of household life, it is not at all correct. Forcing a female to do that, or even the female doing by her own choice, it is not correct to do that. And the best way is to actually restrain from sex life. Because once there are 2 or 3 children, then both husband and wife should focus. Try to focus on trying to raise the children nicely. Not that you continue throughout your life enjoying unrestricted sex life. That's not the goal of human life. Because by the end of life, if we don't become detached to sex life, we cannot go back home, back to God. It's impossible. And there's no way that all of a sudden you can give up that sex life. Unless we try to restrain, we practice whole life that, it won't be possible to give up sex life at the time of death. Like, once Akbar, he asked Birbal that when is the desire for sex life is diminished in a human being? Birbal said never. Till the end of life it is not diminished. So Akbar said, I don't agree with this. How can a person who's about to die on the deathbed, he will think of, sex life? He said, you want to see that? I'll show you. So one of his ministers, who was very old, he was about to die. He was on the deathbed practically. Very old. So Birbal said, let's go. We will see this minister. He's about to die. He's your faithful servant. And bring your daughter also, young daughter also. Beautifully dressed she was. She also came with the king. So he told the king, when we enter into his chamber along with your daughter, just look at the person where he is looking. So all 3 entered together, Birbal, Akbar and Akbar's daughter, beautiful daughter. They entered all 3 together. The king has come, right? To see you. Your servant, and he is the king. He has come to see you and he is looking at the beautiful daughter of the king. And Akbar was shocked. So it's actually very, very difficult to give up desire for sex life. No? It is the root cause of conditioned soul coming to this world, and unless we practice, household life is not the license to engage in sex life unrestrictedly. It is called grihastha ashram. Ashram means a place of austerity. You have some concession, not the license to engage in sex life unrestrictedly. You're supposed to restrain it and try to eventually become detached from it. Not to use any artificial ways and means to continue the plans for sex life. Thank you. Any other questions? Yes, ma'am.
Actually, I wanted to ask a long time since a long time. I'm hearing about Chaitanya. Very recently only we started hearing all this. And we also learned that sometime before I learned that Krishna is the Supreme Godhead and all his incarnations are not the God himself.
They are also God. We actually discussed
That was
yesterday.
confusing, that's why I'm asking this. Yeah, it's a little confusing. I'm not able to understand.
You were not there yesterday, man?
No, I was.
Oh, okay. Yesterday we discussed that.
Yeah.
And I want to ask about Lord Sri Chaitanya in relation to this.
Krishna.
Yeah, in relation to what I'm asking.
Srimad Bhagavatam explains the different incarnations of Krishna, like Varaha, Narsimha, Vishnu, Narayan. These are all different forms. And finally it says, Ete chamsha kala punsa Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Ete cha amsha kala punsa. But Krishnastu Bhagavan Swayam. Krishna is Swayam Bhagavan. He is the original Bhagavan. No? And everyone else, like Ram or Narsimha or Varaha, Kurma, Matsya, Buddha, Parshuram, all these are Ete cha amsha. Amsha or kala. The word, Sanskrit word amsha and kala is very significant. Kala is called plenary portion. Amsha means portion and kala means plenary portion. What is the meaning of plenary portion? Like we have, sometime in India, in Parliament, they say plenary session. Right? You heard about that? No? That means when all the members of Parliament are present, it is fully, full with all the members. That's called plenary. Plenary means when all the qualities of Krishna or God are present in some form. That's called Kala. So Vishnu, Narayan, or Ram, Varaha, Narsimha, they are all Kala. Kala means they are non-different from Krishna. It's only same person, one person only, not two different people. It's one same person, but he is exhibiting different forms. Just like a film actor, he may put different costumes, and play different roles. But he's the same person. So similarly, all these forms are same one God, Krishna. He is assuming different forms. And Brahmaji differentiates it by giving this example. He says, Deeparchireva hi dashantaram abhyupetya Deepayate vivrata hetu samana dharma Yastadra eva hi cha vishnutaya vibhati Govindam adi purusham tamaham bhajami. He says, just like Deeparchir, Deepa means candle. You take a candle or ghee lamp and you take 100 ghee lamps. So one ghee lamp is burning or one candle is burning. You light up 100 candles from that one candle. And all the candles are giving equal power, right? But the first candle which gave the light to all the candles is a source of light to all the candles, right? So Krishna is like the first candle and all other forms like Ram, Varaha, Narsimha, they are like the secondary candles. They received the fire or the illumination from the first candle. But they are equally powerful, right? There's no difference between first candle and 10th candle, right? They are equally giving same light. So that's the primary difference between Krishna and other incarnations. They are one and same person. There are no two different personalities. And yet, Krishna is the original personality of God. He is the one from whom all other actually separated or manifested.
So Lord Sri Chaitanya is also one of...
Yeah, one of his incarnations. Actually not incarnation, he is the same Krishna who appeared as Lord Chaitanya.
That's what I don't understand. That's what I'm confused with.
See, Lord Chaitanya is the same Krishna, the same original candle which came as Chaitanya Mahaprabhu. No?
So he is the same Krishna who was in, teaching Arjuna.
Yeah,
Okay.
the same Krishna. So that answer. So I think.
Recorded actually yesterday's much more elaborative on Chaitanya Mahaprabhu.
So now we'll have a little kirtan. It's almost 2:30. Okay. 5 minutes kirtan and then.
We are preparing for the next storm.
Oh.
The roofs have become too heavy to.
Oh, okay. I think today is supposed to be raining on it.
Those who are not
Tuesday.
Tuesday?
Tuesday there's another storm.
A lot of storms this year.
They've given a name to the storm project. Tuesday and Wednesday. Calling it disaster storm.
Is it?
I don't know why they kept it.
Maybe very strong
They
storm.
name a storm, it will be heavy.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री श्री राधा कृष्ण गोपिनाथ श्याम कुंज राधा गोवर्धन की जय। ब्रजभूमि वृंदावन धाम की जय। मायापुर नवदीप धाम की जय। पुरुषोत्तम क्षेत्र जगन्नाथपुरी धाम की जय। गंगामयी की जय। यमुनामयी की जय। भक्ति देवी की जय। श्रीमती तुलसी महारानी की जय। समवेद गौर भक्तवृंद की जय। जय गौर प्रेमानंदी। All glories to assembled devotees. Hare Krishna. All glories to assembled devotees. Hare All glories to Sindhu. Hare Krishna. All glories to Shri Guru and Gaura. Hare Bol.
Shankarananda Prabhuji ki
Jai!
Jai!